But I think the spot is spot on in terms of the take of the philosophy of it, right? You got a star accurate quarterback who plays in a dome coming out to the elements against a defensive wizard who takes away things you like to do. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston Texans. Baltimore favored by 9. Money line is -400. Big favorites here in Baltimore. They played first game of the year, and Baltimore pretty much rolled them. I think it was like 26-9 or something like that. Obviously, the Houston Texans are a different team. What was it?
I think it was 22-9. You might be right. 26-9 or 22-9. Stroud struggled. Lamar didn't even play good. It was an ugly game.
Yeah, it was an ugly game. They got their ass whipped, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Looking at this game, a lot of CJ Stroud love, and as they should. They showed out last game at home. I think the weather is a big factor in this game for me. I believe the weather's supposed to be freezing, if I'm not mistaken, cold Baltimore weather in this time of the year. So we're doing this show on Wednesday. I don't have the full report for Sunday. We know what they're telling us, but it might be best to wait a little bit. But the line hasn't shifted. The line hasn't moved. I think, man, I like Baltimore here. I really do. I think the line is telling. -9 is a huge favorite, but I just don't. I think this weather is really going to affect Houston. They're not going to be able to throw the ball. They're not going to be able to run the ball with Singletary a little bit. And I think in this game, now he's played in cold, right? He's played in Buffalo, so he knows how to play in cold. He's played against Baltimore before. I have to go look back and see what kind of success. He looks like a better runner than he did back in those days. He's never really got that bell cow. He was always in a split with, I forget the other guy that was there with him in Baltimore. And he kind of journeyed a little bit, and now he's found his home in Houston with this. But I think the weather really plays a factor into this game. I think the weather really plays a factor with Baltimore. Houston likes that fast surface, obviously playing in the dome in Houston. But give me Baltimore -9. I was looking for some prop plays to play here. I can't put my finger on, where this might play, but I believe this is going to be Baltimore's year, man. Give me the Ravens -9. Small bet though, not a huge bet for me, but give me Ravens -9.
Yeah, so I like that take a lot. I'm going to speak up for a couple minutes here because this is like a big picture. This is like a macro level view of this game and a micro level view of this game.
Yeah, go for it.
So CJ Stroud, rookie, right? Mike McDonald, defensive coordinator, young defensive coordinator. I think personally, if there's anybody that's going to be that next Bill Belichick, and I'm not saying win 6 Super Bowls, I'm just talking that defensive coordinator that can become a head coach and is truly special. Like everyone was talking about, Brandon Staley's this wizard. Well, the dude turned out to be a clown. This dude, Mike McDonald, I truly think is like a genius. He took over. He started working up the ranks. John Harbaugh found him, worked up the ranks, and then Jim hired him to fix Michigan's defense. This kid was in his 20s, fixed Michigan's defense in his 20s. And then after fixing Michigan's defense, Baltimore with John, they're about to pay Lamar. Their defense fell off. They're like, well, dude, I need that dude back because my defense sucks. So they passed him back.
Yeah.
And during that time, Mike McDonald kind of groomed another young guy, Jesse Minter. He left Jesse Minter with Michigan. We saw how good he did this year with Michigan. They kind of capped off a natty. My guess is Jesse's going to go with Jim wherever he goes in the NFL. Well, McDonald schooled CJ Stroud when he was at Michigan as the defensive coordinator, and a young CJ Stroud was a quarterback for Ohio State. What CJ likes to do is exactly what Mike McDonald likes to take away. So this is one of those like X's and O's, Bill Belichick versus Peyton Manning. And remember when Peyton Manning used to struggle? It was when he had to go to New England versus Bill Belichick, and he was not only facing Bill, but he was facing the elements. This is the same thing. This is CJ Stroud having to go against a wizard defensive coordinator in the elements where he needs to pass to win, and he's not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take it a step further. Not only do I not only just like Baltimore here, but I like under Houston team total. They're going to get punched in the mouth.
I didn't even think about that one.
And then I also like CJ Stroud under 240 passing yards.
I was looking at that.
He's just not going to get to 240 in the wind with Mike Macdonald. I'm just telling you right now. I've watched these guys. Mike Macdonald is the next Bill Belichick. I'll put my name out there right now. We've talked about the Eagles. If I would fire Nick Sirianni and hire Mike Macdonald tomorrow, I'd fire Nick today. I would hire Macdonald as soon as the playoffs end. I would steal him from the Ravens. That's just how I feel. I think that dude is that special. So, yeah, I'm with you. This is you could go three ways. You go same game parlay and maybe take CJ Stroud under passing and Baltimore, however you want to do it, get some odds. But I love Baltimore. My only hesitation with Baltimore being the biggest bet is I do think Houston's got a good defense, and I think Demeco Ryans is really good. So if the inclement weather could also affect Baltimore, whose offense is not a juggernaut. They really are Lamar Jackson centric with tight ends. You know, yes, Zay Flowers is explosive. Yes, Odell Beckham's explosive. But if it's 15, 20-mile-an-hour winds and freezing, it's just hard to pass. Lamar's not Josh Allen. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's a great football player, but he doesn't have that plus arm to drive the ball in the wind. He just doesn't. So I like a lot of things here. Unders, team total unders, but my favorite bet for sure is CJ Stroud under 240 passing yards.
Yeah, I love the take. I love the bet. Didn't know the back end on the coaching part. I think you talked about it a little bit in the chat a little bit. I didn't get a chance to do some research on it. But I think the spot is spot on in terms of the take of the philosophy of it, right? You got a star accurate quarterback who plays in a dome coming out to the elements against a defensive wizard who takes away things you like to do.